I just noticed it is going up. It is going up, definitely. So, I'm paying more on gas money, so definitely I'm going to be making less money than what I'm making.
Just looking at the history, every time there is war, gas prices do go up. So we'll see how long this lasts and, what effect it has on, gas prices. But so far, like I've seen them go up a little bit.
As much as I want to complain, I can't complain, life goes on regardless. Anything gets expensive or not, just life moves on. As long as we're safe, American citizens safe. So the main thing, we're not anywhere else. Money's probably the last thing you want to worry about.
Monday morning, oil prices soared. At one point, a barrel was up 13% at more than $82. The reason is a narrow shipping channel in the Middle East. About a fifth of the world's oil and gas passes through the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran controls the waterway. At least 3 ships have been attacked near the strait. Tehran has told tankers not to risk it. International shipping has come to a standstill. At least 150 tankers are anchored on either side of the strait. The cost of freight and shipping insurance has jumped. Container giant Maersk said it wouldn't risk the passage. So what does that mean for one of President Trump's biggest economic concerns, the price of gas for Americans at the pump? According to one analysis, an extra $10 on a barrel of globally traded oil is only 20 to 30 cents more on a gallon at a pump in the US. The average gallon was about $3 on Sunday. But shipping disruption is only the beginning. The real fear for oil markets is that Iranian bombing could hit critical oil and gas infrastructure. There's no damage confirmed as yet, but missiles are raining down on the UAE, Qatar and Kuwait, all major energy exporters. Most of those strikes are being intercepted, but missile and drone strikes are much cheaper than the interceptors, so there's a risk the Gulf states could run out before Iran does. And if the oil price keeps on rising, the conflict will cost Americans money, and that, perhaps more than anything, could put pressure on the Trump administration.
Not to mention, since oil is used in almost everything, we're just going to see cost of everything climb up. Bruh, so much for keeping costs down. Come on, Trump, what is going on? But he'll keep saying it's below $2 because when you're delusional and a liar, this is what you do. Someone's like, free the world from Trump. Golly, indeed do, man. Need some peace, bro. What's going on? We started the year like this? I don't even say the word because I feel like the channel will be censored. Someone said, the country that shall not be named, and USA needs to stop being neighbors from hell. Increased prices is winning for Republicans. I think for them, they're happy that the billionaires are going to be making a lot of money. That's the winning for them.
Immediately after Trump struck Iran, global oil prices shot up. So what will that mean for you if his strikes continue? Global oil prices were already high, but now the conflict with Iran has seen them rise by as much as 13%. These are the highest levels since January 2025, when Trump took office, as people are anticipating major disruptions in the Middle East oil supply, not to mention the unpredictability that comes with war. And while prices at the gas station don't go up immediately, according to the New York Times, fuel supply responds really quickly to change, meaning it really only takes days to see a change. Every $10 increase on the barrel means the price of gas increases by about 25 cents per gallon. Now, this would already strain many Americans' budgets under normal circumstances, but we're already living in an affordability crisis. The cost of living has been on the rise. Everything from food prices, electricity bills, and household costs is more expensive and is outpacing wage growth. Then you have to factor in Trump's tariffs, which have hurt American farmers and businesses who have lost money due to retaliatory tariffs and increased costs for things they have to buy that aren't made in the US. Trump's tariffs and his war are being paid for by average American. But unlike the tariffs, the Supreme Court can't just call off the war and demand refunds. We don't know how long this disruption will ultimately last and how much more will get squeezed out before it's over.
Breaking news, oil prices have shot higher as the war in the Middle East has escalated. As you can see, this is the Brent crude, and it has shot up. I believe it's up 13% on Monday in Asia, and it is up to $82.37 a barrel at the open, which is the highest price in more than a year. And then it's gone down a little bit since then, but futures tracking the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ indicated that the indices would be dropping 1% when Wall Street reopens. And the price of gold has gone up a couple percent. Trump says the U.S. and Israeli strikes will continue until all our objectives are achieved. I believe he said 5 weeks. And he said that the transition plan was that hopefully the Iranians would be turning over their weapons to the people. So hopefully the government is just going to turn over their weapons to the people.
So which Trump billionaire buddy owns an oil company directly tied to this? We definitely know they positioned themselves in order to make billions out of this situation. In my conservative Arizona town, people are fighting for their lives in the comment sections of posts about gas acting like the prices are fine because Donnie said so. I don't get it. Why are you going in the comment section to fight it when you can just go and see it in real life? It's almost like Trump is trying to tell everyone to buy a Tesla. Is he still talking to Elon?
Huh?
You're telling me this whole thing was orchestrated so that people can buy EVs?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
So the rebates didn't work and they were like, okay, let's scrap that. Let's just start a war instead.
What's up, America? Gas prices are about to go through the roof. Oh yeah, that's right. Not just the Iranian war, but an Iranian missile struck one of the largest oil refineries in the world in Saudi Arabia. One of the oldest also. So now that oil refinery is nearly completely out of commission. Several others are in other nations in the Gulf states as well. So you guys know what this means. This means that Brent crude is already on the way up, and they're saying could go over $100 a barrel or more. And of course, what does that mean for you, the American citizen? It means you're about to be financially for gas prices coming up in the next month or so, if not even sooner.
When oil prices go up, so does food and almost everything else that is shipped on a truck. Oil prices will be determined starting on Sunday night, and oil and gas prices will go up. It will also affect your utilities. So the cost of goods, the cost of living is about to go up even further. If you didn't know, inflation was at 3%. Yeah, it was at 3%. It went up again. We lost over 1.2 million jobs in 2025. We lost 600,000 jobs in January. So rising fuel prices and food prices again, when there are almost 9 million Americans out of work, when 60% of companies plan on laying off in the USA, is going to be catastrophic. And don't forget, we have cut all social programs to help with higher cost and people who have lost their jobs. But you're still paying the same taxes. Well, where is that money going? Well, Republicans are in power, everyone. Of course, it's going to war. It's going to law enforcement. I hope that your mortgage company and the grocery store will be okay with you not being able to pay your bills. 10 out of 11 of the last recessions have been under Republican presidents. And by the way, this attack will cost us billions of dollars, billions, and cost of lives. Not mine. My family's already served. So
You'll notice how bad it is when the prices keep going up, people not being able to afford basic needs, small businesses going bankrupt, people getting massive non-stop layoffs. Right now, no job is secure. Do people not realize? I think people do realize this, it's just that there's not much people can do. I think I did a video last week or so about if people would rebel or why are people not revolting, and most of them said that it's, they have bills, they have very little money in the bank account, everything is tied to their employment, so if they do anything, you can easily get fired and you could just be in the street. And when you put it from that perspective, you can see why many people ain't really pushing as much, because everyone is really strained at this point.
The price of oil just jumped. Here's why. It's all because of this place here, the Strait of Hormuz. It connects some of the biggest oil producers in the Middle East with the rest of the world, and it is critical. About 20% of the world's entire oil supply has to go through this narrow passageway. But right now, traffic has come to a virtual standstill because of the war between Iran and the US and Israel. You've already had some vessels being attacked, and with missiles flying overhead, it's just too risky for ships to cross. And when so much oil can't get to its destination, then you have less supply, and that's when prices start going up. For now, your energy bills and petrol prices will probably stay the same. It takes a while for these things to have a knock-on effect. But the longer this goes on, days, maybe even weeks, that's when the price of oil could really start spiking, and that's when some of the things you buy might start getting more expensive.
Anyway guys, let me know what your thoughts are with oil prices climbing up. Leave your comments down below and let me know what your thoughts are. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Also, make sure you check out this video. I'm pretty sure you're definitely going to enjoy it. But nevertheless, I will see you guys when I see you. Peace.